Alumni of Teen mom Jenelle Evans has insisted on having complete custody of her daughter Ensley and prohibiting her divorced husband, David Eason, from seeing her until he has had a mental health assessment. Exclusively disclosed to the U.S. Sun, Jenelle, 32, included the request for her youngest kid in her court file on February 23 to obtain a formal separation from David, 35. Jenelle, as the plaintiff, claimed in her lawsuit that she is a fit and proper person to have primary physical custody of the minor child. It is in the best interest of the minor child that plaintiff be granted primary physical custody of the minor child and that defendant's visitation and/or custodial time be predicated on a mental health assessment to ensure his fitness and ability to care for the minor child. Jenelle stated that she had been Ensley's primary caregiver of the minor child her whole life. The plaintiff has always been and continues to be an engaged parent who devotes her time, energy, effort, and resources to her family. Plaintiff has been the minor child's primary caregiver for almost all of their needs, and they are the sole parents who have looked into, assessed, chosen, and followed through with the minor child's extracurricular, enrichment, and medical providers, the plaintiff stated. Even though their daughter had a crucial doctor's visit, Jenelle claimed that David neglected to follow up with Ensley following their split. Defendant was aware that the minor child had an appointment with an ear, nose, and throat doctor and that surgery was probably necessary for the minor child after the parties separated. Defendant and made no inquiries as to the child's well-being, treatment plan, or status of the appointment. As per Jenelle's statement, she has been solely responsible for ensuring the minor child is dressed, fed, and ready for school, and has virtually always transported the minor child to and from her extracurricular activities in school. Jenelle claimed that David's incapacity to raise Ensley was due to his history of erratic behavior and substance abuse. She additionally stated that David's excessive alcohol use and his short temper create a negative environment for the minor child, and as a family, plaintiff feels as though they have to walk on eggshells around defendant, as his mood swings are unpredictable and vary in their intensity. Jenelle requested that the court order defendant to submit to a psychological evaluation with MMPI testing, Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory testing, at the cost of defendant so that this court may properly determine defendant's parental fitness. Although he hasn't had a stable job in years, the former Teen Mom 2 actress stated her soon-to-be ex is capable of working. Plaintiff and defendant are healthy, able-bodied adults who can sustain themselves, and they have a responsibility to provide for the minor kid. Defendant is capable of providing child support for the minor child sufficient to meet her reasonable needs. In her request, Jenelle requested that the court mandate that David account for the minor child's uninsured out-of-pocket medical, dental, vision, orthodontic, prescription medicine, counseling, tutoring, and testing fees. She continued by criticizing David for not having a job in recent years. Defendant has a long history of erratic employment, but he possesses skills and trades that would enable him to make enough money to support a small child. Plaintiff is entitled to child support from defendant commensurate with the minor child's needs and the style of living she's accustomed to. As the U.S. Sun first exclusively revealed, Jenelle attacked David in her court motion for separation, bringing up everything from his 2019 admission of killing their pet dog, Nugget, to his ongoing felony charge for allegedly strangling her 14-year-old son, Jace. The complaint focused on David's purported refusal to work, his extravagant use of Jenelle's funds, and his texts with his ex-wife, which she referred to as criminal conversations. According to Jenelle's filing, she and David announced their formal separation on February 16 with the intent that the separation be permanent. Throughout the duration of the marriage of the parties, the defendant has exhibited concerning and at times disturbing behavior towards the plaintiff, she said. The family's pet French bulldog, Nugget, was shot and killed by the defendant in May of 2019 in front of the minor child. The prosecutor added, referring to their daughter, Ensley, as the minor. The Columbus County Department of Child Services, or DSS, instituted proceedings against the parties and took into custody the aforementioned minor children, according to Jenelle, following David's claimed murder of the family pet. The first image of the twins in their hospital incubator was posted by teen mother Kaylin Lowry. The celebrity claimed to be afraid her children were not breathing. The 25-year-old father of the twins, Elijah Scott, made an appearance alongside the Teen Mom 2 alum in the brief reel. Kaylin reminisced about her time spent in the hospital's intensive care unit, ICU, and remarked, "Well, I'm on my own. Undergoing subjection." Receiving a spinal adjustment. She also reclines me. I walked in and looked around. The former MTV personality said after reviewing her notes, "I don't like this," I stated right away. I started out by saying that. I start crying once more. So many individuals were present. On today's episode of Barely Famous, we got to tell the twins' birth story. Kaylin wrote as the post's caption, "Ellen just stated in the podcast, I saw you throwing up after the C-section. You were asking whether the twins were breathing and if they were okay. I had concerns for both of the children. The U.S. Sun has exclusive confirmation from two sources that the well-known teen mom gave birth to twins in November 2023. Less than a year after welcoming Rio, her fifth son, in secret, she gave birth to a boy and a girl." Kaylin hadn't made an official declaration to her fans yet. The singer was seen flaunting what appeared to be a baby bump while running errands in pictures that the U.S. Sun exclusively obtained in May, sparking rumors. Kaylin didn't even disclose that she was pregnant until a week before giving birth, despite the fact that fan speculation had run wild. Kaylin finally revealed that she had welcomed twins after several months of keeping quiet. In her most recent podcast episode, the former TV star talked candidly about their births. She disclosed, "I ultimately gave birth at 35 weeks. Kaylin stated that she anticipated giving delivery 2 to 3 weeks ahead of schedule. Subsequently, the mother of 7 began talking about her C-section experience. "My list is quite extensive. I shed many tears." She said that she was primarily terrified of needing a C-section. "I was terrified because I didn't love the idea, but I knew I had to do it because the baby was breached." Kaylin added that nobody told her that a C-section would be difficult. Her 25-year-old partner and she are parents to Rio and the twins. Along with her son, Joe Rivera, Kaylin also has a son, 10, named Lincoln, with her former husband, Javi Marroquin, and sons, Lux, 6, and Creed, 3, with her former lover, Chris Lopez.